In 2023, Azerbaijan launched a program of military aggression and ethnic cleansing that resulted in well over 100,000 Armenians being rousted from their homes, from an area that had been inhabited by ethnic Armenians for well over 2 millennia. Over the last few years, Armenian POWs who were captured in that war and political prisoners have been denied fair trials and have endured abuse in Azerbaijani captivity. Given documented executions of Armenian POWs by Azerbaijani forces, including several executions which were horrifically recorded and distributed on social media, as documented by Human Rights Watch, it is vital that the United States clearly advocate for the immediate and unconditional release of all Armenian POWs and the use of all of our diplomatic tools to secure that release. As President Trump continues his efforts to secure lasting peace in the South Caucasus, securing the release of Armenian POWs and political prisoners would be a significant step toward this achievement. This amendment reflects growing international consensus on releasing Armenian POWs, including the European Parliament resolution adopted in April that condemns Azerbaijan's unjust detention of Armenian prisoners of war. Anything less would be an abdication of our leadership in the human rights area, and I urge support of this amendment. It would declare that it is the sense of Congress that Azerbaijan should release these Armenian prisoners of war and all political prisoners, and that the United States should employ all diplomatic, economic, and legal tools, including the full enforcement of Section 907 of the Freedom Support Act, in order to achieve that objective.
Thank you, Representative Sherman. I oppose this amendment. I agree with half of it about the release of all prisoners. I disagree about the part of Section 907. I'd love to work with you further on this amendment and possibly dividing it up and working on this in additional ways.
I would move that I be allowed to divide the amendment between its first and second paragraphs.
Is there a way we can simply divide that?
I'd like unanimous consent to simply strike subdivision 2, beginning on line 8, so that the amendment would simply read, Azerbaijan should immediately and unconditionally release all Armenian prisoners of war and political prisoners.
Without objection. Ordered. Therefore, Representative Sherman, is there anything else you want to say on the amendment?
I would hope to have your support.
Representative Sherman, I offer my support for this amendment. Thank you for working with me so immediately to adjust the text of the amendment. I urge adoption of it. Seeing no further discussion, the question now occurs on the amendment as amended by unanimous consent offered by Representative Sherman. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The amendment is agreed to.